What's up, Legends Nexus crew? We're kicking things off with a massive LCK playoff showdown that had everyone on the edge of their seats. Dplus KIA faced an uphill battle, and after a dominant 3-0 victory over Nongshim, they were staring down the barrel of a monumental clash against the legendary T1. Could DK possibly overcome the odds against a team that's been a consistent powerhouse? And speaking of incredible playoff drama, the LCK Playoffs delivered a 5-game thriller between T1 and Dplus KIA. T1, the reigning world champions, opted to face DK, a decision that almost backfired spectacularly. We'll break down every crucial moment, from early game blunders to late game heroics, that saw T1 narrowly escape elimination in a series that went down to the wire. But the LCK action didn't stop there. We're going back to that nail-biting Game 1 between T1 and DK, where Dplus KIA shocked the world with a stunning upset. They managed to steal away T1's comfort picks and executed a near-flawless game plan. Find out how DK managed to stun the favorites and take an early series lead, leaving everyone wondering if T1 could recover. And then, in Game 2, T1 struck back with a vengeance. After a surprising loss, could DK maintain their momentum, or would the Titans of T1 assert their dominance? We'll dissect the pivotal mistakes and clutch plays that led to T1 evening the series. Stick around because we've got all the detailed breakdowns, analysis, and what's next for these incredible teams. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you never miss an update. DK's playoff gauntlet, facing the T1 Colossus. The LCK playoffs have officially ignited, and Dplus KIA has just punched their ticket to the next round with a decisive 3-0 sweep over Nongshim. But their celebration was short-lived, as the draw immediately pitted them against the formidable T1 in the opening match. T1, who finished as the second-best team in the Legend group for rounds 3-5, trailing only the MSI champions Genji, presents a monumental challenge for DK. Can Dplus KIA possibly level up their game in the short time between matches to overcome this legendary opponent? The first match is set to begin at 1:00 AM PT, 10:00 AM CET, and the stakes couldn't be higher. This isn't the first dance between T1 and DK this year. They've clashed 3 times already in 2025. DK took the initial LCK Cup Series 2-1, but T1 answered back with 2 subsequent victories in the regular season, 2-1 and 2-0. During rounds 3-5, T1 demonstrated incredible consistency, dropping only 3 series and 8 games, with Genji and KT Rolster being the only teams to best them. Meanwhile, DK navigated a shaky play-in stage, starting with a tough 3-2 loss to BFX before stabilizing with a 3-1 win over Bro and dismantling NS 3-0. However, the underlying issues that plagued them in the Rise group still seem to linger. T1, despite a slight dip in form after their loss to Genji on August 30th, remains a dominant force. Even with a potential drop in performance, they are still considered a top-tier team. A significant factor in T1's success is undoubtedly KIA. His electrifying playstyle and mastery on champions like Bard, Renata Glask, and Rakan make him a critical threat. DK's primary challenge will be in the draft phase, attempting to neutralize KIA's impact without sacrificing advantageous picks for other T1 members. KIA's ability to dictate the pace of the game puts immense pressure on opponents, a pressure that DK has struggled to withstand. While T1 is favored, the series could be closer than anticipated if DK has undergone significant improvement. However, based on past performances against aggressive teams like BFX, where DK struggled, T1's tempered aggression and superior map control pose a significant threat. The winner advances to round 2 to face either Genji or Hanwha Life, while the loser drops to the lower bracket to face the loser of KT versus BFX. The journey to the LCK finals is far from over for either team. Will DK pull off the unthinkable upset, or will T1 continue their dominance? Get ready, because the next match in the LCK playoffs is already heating up, featuring a nail-biting 5-game series that had everyone talking. T1's 5-game thriller against Dplus KIA. The LCK playoffs kicked off with an absolute barn burner. T1, the reigning double world champions, narrowly escaped an upset in a grueling 5-game series against Dplus KIA. In a surprising strategic choice, T1 opted to face DK in the first round, a decision that nearly came back to haunt them. This match was a testament to DK's resilience and T1's ability to clutch up when it matters most. From the very first game, the tension was palpable. Neither team could establish a significant gold lead for over 30 minutes until a critical mistake by Choi Doran Hyunjun opened the door for Dplus KIA. Jian Siwoo on Ambessa shone brightly, topping the damage charts and securing the opening game for DK. This set the stage for a back-and-forth battle that would test both teams to their limits. Game 2 saw a unique pick with Choi Lucid Yanghyuk, bringing out the Kiana for the first time in the LCK in over 3 years. Siwoo once again started strong, but Lee, Faker, Sanghyuk on Rise and Mun, Wonner, Hyunjun on Wukong kept T1 in the fight. Game 3 was a dominant performance by T1, with Ryu, Kiria, Minseox, Leona being instrumental, participating in 25 of his team's 27 kills, leading T1 to a commanding win. DK fought back fiercely in Game 4, with their bot lane leading the charge in a constant tug-of-war. This set up a nail-biting Game 5. DK built an early lead with Siwoo's Gwen, while Showmaker, Su's mid-lane Tryndamere pick didn't quite land. Faker remained steady on Victor, and Kiria, this time on Blitzcrank, made crucial plays to set up Lee Gyumeusi, Minhyung's Zaya for the series-clinching victory. The LCK Playoffs continue with KT Rolster facing BNK Firex. The loser of that match will drop to the lower bracket to face Dplus KIA in a do-or-die match. Genji will then choose their opponent for the next upper bracket round, with both upcoming series serving as qualifiers for Worlds 2025. Genji has already secured at least the 4th seed for their region. What a series! But the LCK playoffs are far from over, and the next match delivered an unexpected early shockwave. Relive the stunning upset in Game 1, where DK dared to stun the Titans of T1. DK stuns T1 in playoff opener. The LCK playoffs kicked off with an immediate shockwave as Dplus KIA took down the heavily favored T1 in the first game of their series. All eyes were on T1, expected to dominate, but DK came prepared, silencing critics and grabbing an early, unexpected lead. This game saw DK implement a bold strategy, even picking away T1's signature champions. DK's strategic masterstroke involved securing champions that T1, specifically Faker and Kiria, have historically dominated on Orianna and Bard. While Showmaker and Bury L possess skill on these picks, they don't quite match the synergy and mastery of T1's mid and support duo. If DK could win while utilizing these stolen champions, it would signify a monumental psychological and strategic advantage. The early and mid-game were characterized by cautious maneuvering and objective control rather than aggressive engagements. T1 attempted a dive on Siwoo and Bury L, securing 1 kill, but otherwise, the teams postured without committing to major fights. This slower pace surprisingly benefited DK, allowing their core damage dealers, aiming on Ezreal and Showmaker on Orianna, to come online. The turning point came after a misplay by Faker, who chased Bury L too deep. DK capitalized, initiating a Baron play that, while they lost the objective, resulted in winning a crucial team fight. It was then that Siwoo's Ambessa truly unleashed its potential, securing a remarkable 1 versus 3 against Doran, Kiria, and Gyumeusi. This incredible play snowballed DK's advantage, leading them to secure the first game and an improbable 1-0 lead in the series. DK has a history of strong first games, but often struggles to maintain that momentum. Against T1, they'll need to break that pattern to move one step closer to advancing. The pressure is now on T1 to respond after this unexpected setback. Can T1 bounce back from this surprising Game 1 loss, or will DK continue to defy expectations? Find out how T1 answered back in a high-stakes Game 2 to even the series. T1 roars back in Game 2 thriller. After a stunning upset in Game 1, Dplus KIA aimed to carry their momentum into the second match against T1. However, T1, refusing to be outdone, struck back with a vengeance to even the series. While DK managed to stay competitive for much of the game, a critical overextension at Atachan proved to be their undoing, handing T1 the crucial lead they needed to regain control. DK's draft included a bold jungle pick, KIA. This champion has been making waves in solo queue and other regional leagues due to recent buffs. DK selected Lucid on KIA, hoping to replicate their early game success and continue their aggressive playstyle. The question was whether Lucid could carry the game on this high-risk, high-reward assassin. On T1's side, Wunner locked in Wukong, a jungler known for his dominance in the current meta. With strong setup from his teammates, particularly Doran, who survived a dive long enough to stun Siwu and Lucid under tower, Wunner secured an early lead. This early advantage for T1's jungler proved to be a significant factor throughout the game. DK made 3 pivotal mistakes that allowed T1 to seize control. First, they missed a crucial opportunity to catch Gumayusi at Adaken, giving T1 their first significant lead. Second, Showmaker's decision to contest Doran's teleport near Baron proved costly. Finally, aiming, despite the looming threat of his Yunara with Infinity Edge, overextended and was caught by KIA, sealing the game for T1. These errors allowed T1 to equalize the series, but the higher seed's advantage was now gone. T1 has stabilized after their surprising Game 1 loss, but the series is now tied. The question remains, who will emerge with the lead after the intensity of Game 3? What an incredible comeback from T1 to tie the series. But the drama doesn't stop there. Relive the shocking upset in Game 1 where DK took down the Titans. What a roller coaster of LCK playoff action. We saw Dplus KIA shock the world by taking Game 1 against T1, only for T1 to claw their way back and win a nail-biting 5-game series. The LCK playoffs are delivering unforgettable moments, and we've got all the breakdowns right here on Legends Nexus. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more epic esports content, ring that notification bell so you never miss a beat, and drop a comment below telling us your predictions for who will take it all. And make sure to follow us on all socials for even more behind-the-scenes action and updates. We'll see you in the next one.